What's up, vinyl community? Todd Guy, the Thrashing Zombie, back again with another video. A little different change of scenery. I'm in my bedroom this time with the TV. My wife's downstairs watching TV down there, and I didn't want to make her move up here. The couch is down there, bigger TV and whatnot, so I decided to come up here and do it. I felt like making a video. I haven't done one for a week, maybe a little over a week. I was going to do one at some point. I don't remember what. I have a stack of vinyl finds and vinyl pickups I got. I was on vacation the last week, so we went to a couple places. We went to Rutland one day, found some stuff there. Didn't plan on buying any records, but I saw some. I'll tell you about that in a minute. This place has some freaking records I wanted, but I didn't pick them all up. And then we went to, where did we go? Shit. Went somewhere else. I forgot where. I picked a couple up there as well. Concord. We went to Concord, Manchester area, down in New Hampshire. I picked some up at the antique place, Next Generation Antiques in Windsor. I mentioned that once before, that I picked up that Blue Oyster Cult, Imaginos, and Judas Priest after sitting there, and there's some other ones I wanted. I went back a week later. Most of the ones I wanted were gone, but there were some other ones I did like and I picked up. So I did that. Went to a couple Goodwills, didn't really find much. Found one Goodwill. It's not really the greatest, but it was this one. This is a Human League Dare. I've seen a few people show this. I see it at Newberry's and I see it in some thrift stores sometimes. I never picked it up. I picked this one because it's a gatefold. I haven't seen a gatefold version of this, so I decided to pick it up because it was a gatefold. It's got that song "Don't You Want Me" on it. I forgot my glasses downstairs, so I don't know what year this came out. Most of you probably know anyway. But it was at Goodwill for, what was it, $2, I think. This is being a pain in my ass. Okay. So, I think I got, these are all the antique place ones. So I got four at the antique place. The first one I got is a double album, Thin Lizzy Live, with stickers on it. I attempted to try these off, but it's going to rip it, so. It's also a gold stamp promo. But it's definitely for a radio station, I believe. Because it's got, both records, it's got this on both sides. So, but, you know, whatever. This is fairly cheap. It's like $5, I think. See if I can get this one back in. Oh yeah, and there's writing on it as well, which you probably can't see because of the light. Like I said, it was like $5. Yeah, I've been on vacation for the last week or so. And then we picked up Rainbow, Down to Earth. That's not a gatefold, is it? No. Polydor label. And there goes my screen. Oh well. Looks some pretty backgrounds, I guess. Should have known that was going to happen. And then Traveling Wilburys, Volume 1. Right? I think it's Volume 1. I don't know. Anyway. This is still from Next Generation Antiques. The last one I got there was a surprise. A guy I work with is a huge fan of this band, and I asked him about this, and he said it was kind of love-hate relationship. People who like Motorhead, This is Another Perfect Day. He said it's a love-hate thing. A lot of people love it. A lot of people hate it. Doesn't have. It's more rock-oriented, I guess. He said. I mean, I listened to it streaming before I listened to this album. I haven't listened to this yet. I liked it. I'm not a huge Motorhead fan. But I decided to pick it up because it was there. Mercury label. I think it's a little scratched. It might be kind of noisy, but it was like $10. I hardly ever see Motorhead albums anywhere. So I couldn't leave it there. Worst comes to worst, I can always sell it maybe. So, the next few, just a mix of stuff I got. These next two actually were from a store, was it called Music Connection? Down in Manchester. Wasn't a huge place, but he had a ton of records. He had so many records that were stacked in boxes on the floor, stacked up above my head, stacked on top of the records in the racks. It was a huge mess, and couldn't even see half the stuff. You had to move stuff, you'd look at stuff. I really hate going into places like that. It's hard to find anything, but I did find he had a small metal section. I found one in the metal section, and the other one I found in the regular section, the rock section, I guess. First one I found in the metal section was this album that Ron Haggerty showed in his top 10 albums of the 80s in each year of the 80s. So top 10 for 1980, top 10 for 1981, so on and so forth. And this was one of them. This is Rough Cut. Gold stamp promo. Yeah, this was, I forgot what year this was. I mean, like I said, I forgot my glasses again. But, yeah, I saw this. I'm like, oh, I have their second album, so I'll pick up the first one. This was fairly cheap. I don't remember exactly how much it was. It was maybe $12, something like that. And this one I had been looking for, not like seriously looking for, but I really wanted a copy on vinyl. And this album also gets it's a love-hate relationship with this album as well. But I like this album. I like the title track a lot. That's Poison's Luck with the Cat Dragged In. A lot of people say that their second album's better than this. But this is just pure sleaze. It's just sleaze metal, sleaze rock, whatever you want to call it. The whole dressing like females thing, nowadays, not such a big deal. But back in the, 86 or 87, whenever this came out, 85, I don't know. It was kind of weird. But they embraced the whole glam metal thing with the makeup and the huge hair and stuff. But this was extreme. They actually looked like girls. So, but hey, it's good music. I like this album a lot. Nobody's going to tell me otherwise. This next one, where did I find this one? Oh, we went to a place called VINS, Vermont Institute of Natural Science. It has mostly birds that were hurt, some hawks and eagles and owls and stuff, and they do demonstrations with birds, and they have this nature hike kind of thing, and they had this new thing they had just finished building a few months ago, a walk through the canopies it's called. They built this huge walk thing up, not all the way to the top of the trees, but halfway up or so. It was pretty cool actually. But after that, my kid wanted to stop at the Cucci Antique Mall because it was right down the road, and that's where I go sometimes to get records. and they had llamas there, so we went to see the llamas. And she wanted to go in and get some cheese samples, and I'm like, okay. So I went in with her, and it's like, we do that, I'm going to go in here real quick and check out some of the records. Flipping through some of the records, in one spot, didn't find anything. Went to another spot where I knew they were. And this one, halfway through the box, $6. Probably, yeah, it's probably worth a $6 record. I only know one song off this album, but I've never seen this album anywhere either. And that's Kiss's Animalize. I cleaned it, and the record looks really nice. It's got a little divot right there, I guess, dent. But the only song I know here is Heaven's on Fire. This is their, when they got Eric Carr and Mark St. John. And, yeah. Eric Carr's the guitarist, Mark St. John's the drummer, apparently. Or is Eric Carr the drummer? I have no idea. But yeah, Mercury label. So I decided to get this too. It's got some, I said, it's got the dent, and it's got some ring wear on the front and the back. For $6, you know, whatever. And when we went down to Concord, Manchester area, we stopped at Target. Wasn't a whole lot to do down there, really. We stopped at Target. We got some other things we needed, you know, household items, because Target's fairly cheap like Walmart. And I found a little plastic bin for my 45s, because the little box I was using, I ran out of room. They're sitting just beside it, so I need something bigger. And I was looking for an actual 45 holder, but I haven't been able to find one of those. So I went to look at the records. They had a bunch of different records there, and I said, there's nothing really here, until I saw this. This is one I listened to back in 2003 when it came out. I do like this album. It's got metal in it, and it's hard rock, and I mean, I don't know. It's hard to explain this album. It's not really new metal. It might be, but that's Evanescence, Fallen. It's Target exclusive on silver vinyl. It's like $18, so I decided to get it. It's silver vinyl. I like pretty much all the songs on here. Plus a few of the songs were in the movie Daredevil with Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. Wasn't the greatest movie ever, but it's a superhero movie before superhero movies were huge. Now the next two I ordered from Amazon. This one I listened to on, I was streaming it. I streamed it originally because I think I read an article about it or something. I don't remember exactly, but I really liked the music. Reminds me of Skeleton Witch and Blackfriars, like Toxic Holocaust. It's got the same kind of fuzzy guitar sound as Toxic Holocaust in some of the songs. And I just really liked it. So I decided to get it, and Amazon had it cheap. It was under $20. So I said, screw it, and I bought it. It's a band called High Command. This is Beyond the Wall of Desolation, it's called. Like I said, if you've heard Skeleton Witch or Toxic Holocaust, it's kind of like that. What's that other band? 666. Maybe Witchfinder General. I don't know. But check them out. I mean, if you like that kind of music, Skeleton Witch, Toxic Holocaust kind of stuff, it's really good. I haven't listened to any of these albums yet, except for Evanescence. There's custom center labels on here. It's black vinyl. Good stuff. That's cool. Cool photo. The next one was also from Amazon. I didn't realize they were releasing an album. Come to find out, it wasn't a full album, it's just an EP, 4 songs. But it's Municipal Waste, The Last Rager. And it is yellow with blue splatter vinyl, limited to 1,000. First song, Wave of Death, is pretty much an instrumental. They just go, Wave of Death, Wave of Death, like 4 times throughout the song. And they got Carnivore, Street Meat, Run for Your Life, and The Last Rager on the B-side. It comes on this yellow with blue splatter vinyl. Take it out so you can see it better. I listen to this too. 45 RPMs, 180 grams I think too. It's pretty heavy. The last album they put out, Slime and Punishment. I'll say it again, Slime and Punishment. I had that in my Amazon want list, or the Save for Later list, for the longest time. And it would go up in price like 20 bucks or so, and then drop down to like 14, 15. I never pulled the trigger on it, and now it's out of stock. So I never got it. That's why I just jumped on that when it came out. Now these last 2 I found, which I think these are the best out of the bunch. Even though the last Rager, Municipal Waste, is pretty cool. These 2 I found in Rutland at a place called the what is it called? Something Depot Trading. Oh no, the Trading Post. It's called the Trading Post. Never been there. I keep seeing things on my Facebook page, and they're selling records, and it shows pictures of records. And they had some records. I'm like, wow, they have Black Sabbath, Seventh Bloody Sabbath, which they had there. I didn't pick that one up because these 2, I would have picked up a whole stack of them, but they weren't like $5, $10. I mean, he knew what he had for records, and they're all in pretty good condition. The records, I mean, the jackets aren't like mint, but the albums were like great. Except for one of these. He had like 3 different spots where there was records. One spot where it's like, where I found one of these was kind of just like overpriced, beat up stuff. And then the other spot he had them on a rack. That's where I found a lot of the good ones. Because he had that Black Sabbath one. He had Forbidden Evil. He had Sacred Reich. First album, Ignorance. Yeah, I had that in my hand. That's what I was gonna buy, but he was asking $40 for that. And it's probably worth it because I'm pretty sure it was a first print or first press. It's like all the others I think were first presses. He had Skid Row, which I'm pretty sure was a first press. What happened to the color? Weird. And he had Ozzy Speak of the Devil, a couple Suicidal Tendencies albums, Join the Army, one other one. He had, I can't even remember what else he had, but I would have left there with a stack, because he had like a stack. But I got 2, and that came to $35. I also got some CDs, which I didn't grab. God damn it. Oh well. I'll do another video for CDs some other time. So the first one I found, because I thought, because you first walk in the door, and by the way, this place was packed full of stuff. It wasn't just records. He had batteries, car batteries. He had equipment, lawn equipment. He had, anything you could think of was in there. He had furniture. He had appliances, just packed full. You had to go sideways down the aisles to get to look at stuff. But this is what I saw first for the records, and I had to kind of squeeze in. I was like this, looking through, leaning against something, trying not to knock anything over. But I went through all of them, didn't find anything until the last, it was bookshelves, square, what I had downstairs, like people use for the records. The last one I was looking through, I found this, And I never thought I'd see this on vinyl. I mean, I looked it up. It's not worth a whole lot anyway. But it's got some great songs on here. It was a pretty dang good movie in my opinion. It wasn't the greatest. But that's the River's Edge soundtrack. With 4 Slayer songs on here. Die by the Sword, Captor of Sin, Evil Has No Boundaries, and Tormentor. It's also got Lethal Tendencies. Oh no, Hallows Eve. Yeah, that's what it is. Not Lethal Tendencies. Hallows Eve, Fate's Warning, Agent Orange, Wipers, and Burning Spear. I actually just watched this movie a few months ago. I don't know if it was streaming somewhere or what. But then I heard the music in the background. I'm like, oh, I don't remember that when I watched this originally. It's a Slayer, and it's a heavy metal soundtrack, basically. So, it was $6 for this. I mean, the record is kind of got some scratches, some scuffs. It'll probably be noisy. Eh. I'm just surprised I actually found this. Never seen this anywhere either. River's Edge soundtrack. Okay, this last one. I think this one was $30. I looked it up. Pretty dang sure it's either a first press or an early press because of the label. U.S. pressing, I believe. That's Voyvod's War and Pain. I mean, the jacket looks pretty dang nice, actually. It's VG++. I mean, I think there was something right there that was pulled off, but the corners some of the corners are bent. But it comes with inner sleeve, which is pretty dang nice. It's not wrinkled or ripped or anything. And it still has the original order form in it. So, I think that was not a bad deal, in my opinion. I don't see many Voivod albums either that aren't represses or anything, or reissues. I say that it's a first press only what I looked up. The axe has red blood on it, so pretty sure that is a first press from what I saw on Discogs. I'm pretty happy with that purchase. I feel bad that I left that Sacred Reich behind. I really wanted that. But if it's any indication of what I saw, seeing his post for that place, months ago, I saw the Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath on there, and it was still there when I went there earlier this week, or last week. And he had the Rolling Stones, they were still there. So, I mean, if I go back again in a couple months, I'm not guaranteed they'll be there, but I have a strong feeling they probably will be there. Because most people don't know. Or it's hard. We almost didn't find the place, because it's like, it only has a sign on it, and it's all faded and stuff, so I didn't really notice it. I actually almost drove past it until my wife said, it's right there. So, and that's it. That's all my pickups. Follow the path. It makes me mad that photo I had up disappeared. Oh well. Anyway, until next time, rock on.